Oh, there they are. Oh, Gabu's awake, but doesn't talk. You're back. Gods, what a relief. Ah, there she is. Did I not tell you she would return safe and sound? The deed is done then. Titan is no more. Yep, once again. Good. There has been enough tragedy this day. He has been like that since he regained consciousness. We believe he can hear us, but he has made no attempt to respond. He is almost certainly still in shock, but we cannot discount the possibility that he could succumb to the primal's influence. Should that prove to be the case... Well, we put him down? We take him out? He must be put to the death, like any other thrall. Such is the Alliance's policy, yes? You have the right of it. But we must not rush to conclusions. After all, we once feared that Ysael's followers were beyond reason. Oh, they're mentioning us. And many have since laid down their arms and accepted Ishgard's peace. But Ysael's followers weren't tempered. But they believed them to be tempered. We can but watch, wait, and pray. The beast that mourned at the heart of the mountain. Any other new dialogue? I know what happened. Gods help me, I was there. But the thought that we might have to... Seven hells, he's just a child. Yeah, that's tragic shit. Often I would rather not worry about what may or may not come to pass. There's not to be gained from dwelling on an eventuality over which we have no control, much less one which may never even come to pass. Let us tend to more immediate matters, informing Commander Bluiden of Titan's demise, for example. You may be certain that he will be glad of the news. Would you be so kind as to break it to him? Okay. Actually, Commander would enjoy hearing the tale of Titan's defeat from the woman responsible, don't you? Okay, sure will do. Take care of Alisaie and Gabu, eh? We're not sure Gabu's tempered. Yo, dude. Titan problem solved for the time being. Ah, you're a sight for sore eyes. When the others came back without you, I feared the worst, but they said you had matters well in hand. And no problem. Titan defeated. All settled then, is it? I'm glad to hear. But not half as glad as my men will be, believe you me. Regardless of whether or not he was summoned properly, a primal's a primal, and they're just soul in the maelstrom that hasn't lost a friend to one. Don't get me wrong, like, we were all prepared to do our part, but we weren't so naive as to think we'd live to tell the tale. Thankfully, of course, it didn't come to that, which, my friend, sounds to me like cause for celebration. Now I know you have a lot of places to be, but why not stay the night? We'd be honored to raise a glass to the triumphant return of Titan's Bane. Titan's Bane again. Aye, dude, but I don't feel much like celebrating. But we're staying the night anyway. Wait, what is Alpha talking about with him? Oh, meanwhile, Alisaie and Gabu going out that way. A little bit of a question face there. Looking out at the stars.
Who goes there?
Don't worry, just me. So you guys go out this way, want to join?
Oh, it's you. Forgive me for straying from the camp. He hasn't been feeling too welcome, to say the least. I thought a change of scenery might do him good. But, alas.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I am sitting. Good. Look at the stars together.
It's so quiet out here. The stars spread out before us, beckoning across time and space.
Yeah, I guess across time, if you consider that the light of the stars takes a long time to reach us, then yes.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. How bitterly beautiful, those words.
Mm-hmm. I like this moment. It's a good line as well. Screenshot.
I should be stronger for all my experiences. Yet my heart aches more than ever.
Let there never come a time that your heart be hardened to suffering.
I never understood why Grandfather gave his life that day. I thought that if I came here, I would find the answers I needed. But when I finally laid eyes on the land he sacrificed everything to save, saw firsthand the bickering, the pettiness.
Yeah, that's the leadership, though. And you know, a lot of that in Ul'dah. I mean, Candy is great.
I was disappointed. I was angry. I could not
I guess Merlin
fathom
also
how these
has
people were more deserving of his love than his family, than me.
I'm sure he loved you too. He just also had a purpose. I guess he neglected his family and going after it.
But when Grandfather revealed the whole truth of the calamity to us, I finally understood. And I resolved there and then to continue his legacy in my own way.
Get more story with Merlweb and Endwalker as part of the melee role quest. Oh, cool! I look forward to that. I look forward to that. Merlweb is a cool character. She has her moments. Obviously, though, what she did with breaking the peace pact with the Beast Tribes was the most asshole move she's done. But yeah. She has her moments.
My travels have been enlightening, but I cannot say that I have enjoyed them. I have lost count of the many petty crises that I was helpless to resolve and of the people whose actions I could not understand.
Your travels have been enlightening, but you cannot say you have enjoyed them. Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, I've traveled the land personally, and maybe it's just because I did have, like, I guess I had the power to help the crises, but, you know, I sought to understand the people. You know, found the people that are trying to do good and whatever messes. And unless you're talking about the people who do ill, and you're talking about the people whose actions I couldn't understand, isn't the people that are being little shites that are causing the messes in the first place. Like Elf Pope.
There were others, of course.
Oh, there we go, the good people, yeah.
People with whom I felt a kinship, whose lives I could not save.
Yeah, you can't always save everyone. We've lost some people on the way, too.
I found myself asking what it was all for. Why try if I was doomed to fail in the end? But then I recalled Grandfather's words to my father, years ago, before he left Charlayan behind forever.
You're not always doomed to fail, and you can at least save some, if not all. Regardless, you can't stand by and do nothing. Even if it's doomed to fail, we have to try. Because maybe, perhaps, there'll come a time when we won't be. When we succeed.
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. We must all protect that which we hold most dear in the manner of our own choosing.
We saw wise man, wise man. Yeah, we all can't protect those like via combat and stuff like that. I like this line. I'm gonna screenshot it. You know, like some people have strengths elsewhere. They can help protect or help people in other ways.
We have to try, do we not?
Exactly, Alisaie. We have to try. Hold on, I want me to be in this screenshot as well. Let's take that here. Exactly, we have to try.
Of course, it's one thing to try and another to do.
Yeah.
There were times while I was tracking the Warriors of Darkness when I faltered, when I was afraid. But then I thought of my brother, of Urianger, of you.
Why Urianger? Not to say that you shouldn't think of Urianger, but like, okay, sure, and of Urianger. Mm-hmm.
Oh, pray forgive me. This conversation has been rather one-sided, hasn't it?
Dude, it's every conversation
Mayhap you
I'm in.
could recount some
I'm a
of your
good
adventures in
I'm a good
Ishgard.
listener. I'm a good listener. Yep, you could recount some of your adventures in Ishgard. Sure, if you want to, Alisaie. We can exchange stories. Oh, here we go. We get to pick. Oh, we get to pick. I traveled far and wide with two companions, Alisaie and Alisaie, who were we're going to talk about Alisaie and Alisaie. Under some rather unique circumstances, I had the pleasure to fight alongside Sir Aymeric. There's two occasions where we fought alongside Sir Aymeric. The Grand Melee, and when the people got kidnapped. When Alphino and I came at last to the Dravanian hinterlands. The Dravanian hinterlands being where the Charlayan stuff was. Yeah, there's the Dravanian forelands are where Annex Shrine is. I think she'd be interested to hear about Charlayan and stuff like that, but that'd be mostly about Idleshire. There's so much side questing in Idleshire. It'd be all about Idleshire. Alright, we could... Obviously, this choice doesn't matter. But in this moment where we need to lighten the mood a little bit, we could talk about Alisaie and Alisaie, who are always at each other's throats involving the dragons and stuff like that, but... Now let's talk about the Dravanian hinterlands, about Idleshire, because that's a good place. It's a good place.
We had no clear memories of our life in the hinterlands, having returned to the motherland as infants. Nevertheless, I am quite familiar with Master Matoya, as is every Charlayan. I should like to speak with her someday.
Oh, wait, this is a voice cutscene, so we'll get to replay this and maybe see the other options. I'll do that on my own time, unless you guys would be interested. Maybe I'll just do that at the tail end of the stream and be like, hey guys, let's see the other options.
'Twould not surprise me if Alphino's recent maturation was at least somewhat due to her sage guidance. I would never tell him this, of course, but there have been moments when I've caught myself thinking of him as an elder brother.
Really? He does try to do that for you, doesn't he? Yeah, well, his recent maturation in magics was certainly due to her, but yeah, after eating some humble pie, he's been growing of his own accord.
The hopes and dreams of so many rest on your shoulders, Warrior of Light.
Yeah, that they do.
As long as the sun rises, we can but carry on. For the sake of those we hold dear.
Yeah. Oh, Alphino out here. Alphino, come join us. We're all having a wee bit of a contemplation moment. Meanwhile, under the same sky. Oh, a crystal of light. His crystal of light? He did say he served the light.
To what end dost thou cling to the tainted gifts of the Mother?
Who could this masked man be so mysterious? Tainted gifts.
Every tool has its purpose. Even this.
Oh, he has the right of it. I mean, just look at Reapers and Dark Knights and whatever that use dark forces for good.
The seeds sown in Vilbrand have been plucked from the earth and left to wither. Alas, Titan's demise sufficed not to drive the kobolds to deepest desperation.
So desperate are you to save your own world, you would elicit so much suffering in ours. This is not the way.
What did the man in white have to say?
That we are to proceed as he did first set forth.
Well, that's easy for him to say. It's not his bloody world on the brink of destruction, is it?
So angry.
Be thou well reminded that with an end to Ishgard's unrest, naught now remaineth to preoccupy the Scion's thoughts. And thus may they devote their every energy to thwarting thee and thine. I foresee only greater difficulties ahead.
Yep, we're on you now, bitch.
Foresee? Are you sure you don't welcome them? I'm starting to think you might hold a candle for your old friends after all.
Oh no, who is this mysterious masked man?
Pray do not mistake mine intent. I but look upon the path which lieth before us with due trepidation. Shouldst thou be of like mind, pray consider then another course. For the power to invoke the ardor belongeth not unto the Ascians alone.
Say what?
With thine own hand strike down thine enemy, the so-called hero who would see thy home lost to light. Do but this, and thou wouldst at a single stroke disrupt the all-too-delicate balance of this realm, plunging her straightways into chaos.
You can try. You can try, bitch. Oriange is just like, Oriange knows the linchpin of this operation, which is me. If he's evil in this situation, if he's good in this situation, he has a lot of faith in me.
You do realize what you're suggesting, yes?
Oh, what are we suggesting?
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. The words of my teacher, and a creed I hold close to my heart.
Oh, we just heard this line. Who is this mysterious masked man?
Very well.
He wears a mask, so how could ever we
Draw
know?
her out. We'll make it quick.
Let's go.
It shall be done.
Let's go. You can try, let's go. We'll make it quick. Cocky bastard.
What good a creed one cannot uphold? What hurts soothed? What lives saved? Oh, hapless fool, what hast thou wrought by thine own hands?
What are you talking? Are you talking about yourself yet, dude?
Minfilia, my friends, I shall not now beg your forgiveness.
Who is this mysterious
Full
masked man?
deeply though it paineth me to walk it, I shall not stray from my chosen path. As Moonbreeder remains steadfast, so too shall I.
I know this masked man. Who could it be? I mean, all the clues. I mean, could this be Orianche? Surely not. Just masked man. I know he doesn't have goggles. Couldn't be Orianche. You know, couldn't be where his goggles. I don't know. It's impossible. I find it interesting that they for sure like with 1000% Oriange, but they're just like, nope, he masked man. All right, let's see if this will lead us back to Ishgard. Where this is gonna lead us. All right, where's Alisaie? Alphino, where's Alisaie? What ho, Kelvin? I trust you had a good night's rest. I was but this moment speaking with Thancred and Y'shtola via Link Pearl. They had some interesting news to share. Apparently, during the course of their respective investigations, both came across crates which had once borne Ishgardian seals. 'Twould seem that someone in the capital has been very busy indeed. Accordingly, the Temple Knights have launched a full-scale investigation. Sir Aymeric believes that it is only a matter of time before the culprits are found, but we shall have to wait and see. In the meantime, it seems only prudent to look into recent activities of the other tribes, in case they too are flush with Ishgardian crystals. And with that in mind, I suggest we pay Urianger another... Wait, where is Alisaie? That's what I was asking. She was here a moment ago, with Gabu. Would you be so kind as to look for my sister? She is doubtless somewhere in the camp, but, well, I am sure you will find her. Oh, I found her. Easy peasy, we got her. Yo, what up? How's it going, Gabu? Still not speaking, I see. Ah, let me guess. It's time to leave, isn't it? Yep. My apologies for disappearing again. If it's any consolation, I have already packed my things. How is he? Brother, Commander Bloeden, something tells me you're not solely here out of concern for his welfare. But to answer your question, there has been no change. He will not speak or eat. I'm not even sure if he slept. If he did, he seems none the better for it. He just shuffles about with the same expression on his face. You will look after him, won't you, Commander? And treat him with every kindness? You better, bitch. He's still in there, I know it. Beneath the anguish and the despair, he's still fighting with all his heart. He deserves to be given that chance, until he comes back to us, until we know for certain what has become of him. Aye, you needn't worry. If he hadn't risked his neck to warn us and helped you secure the better part of the crystals, this could have turned out a damn sight worse than it did. We'll not soon forget that, and nor will the Maelstrom Command. Thank you. I'm sorry, Gabu. I truly am. You should never have been made to... And I know I cannot possibly understand. Mayhap there's nothing I can do or say. The pain, the anger, the helplessness. Hold fast to the memories of better times. Remember them as they were. And when it hurts so much your heart feels fit to burst, let it burst. Let it burst and fill up again with love for them. And never ever forget. Come along, little one. Take care, Gabu. Kashai's there. He speaks.
I will remember them. And you, Alisaie. Thank you.
Look, he's not tempered. Nope, back to being despondent again. Be safe, Gabu. Feel like he might pull through. Have faith, his sister. Your words have reached him. In time, he will recover. He's very minorly tempered. But there's levels of tempering? Okay. And those who orchestrated these events will be made to answer for their crimes. A 1,000 times over, there will be a reckoning. Serious nod. Pray, return to the waking stands. But yeah, so now we're going to go speak with Urianger again after having just done that. So that's where we currently are. We're in the waking sands. So yeah, that was a little bit of the story recap. And yeah, let's continue. Yo, Urianger, we back. Excellent recap, thank you. I try. Sometimes I go on tangents, but yeah, I try. We have heard the glad tidings from Ungomoro, my friends. By the grace of the 12 and your most valiant efforts, the people of Limsa may rest easy. I should like to think so, yes. Though we failed to prevent the Lord of Crags from manifesting, we did succeed in weakening him, enabling our friend to dispatch him before the Warriors of Darkness could make matters worse. 'Twas by no means an unmitigated success, but it will have to suffice. Then let us speak of another matter, one which weigheth heavy on my lady's mind. Oh, my lady being Alisaie? Okay. As thou didst request, I sought out the Garen oracles. Oh, right, yeah, before we left, Alisaie said that there was a book to seek out. As thou didst request, I sought out the Garen oracles, that we might better understand the aims of the Warriors of Darkness. Though their copious use of allegory defieth any single interpretation, the oracles paint a most disturbing picture. One of worlds parallel to our own, apart yet linked, reduced to ruin with every umbral calamity. Yeah, so he's speaking about the rejoining. So every time an umbral calamity happens that marks a rejoining of one of the reflections to the source, apparently it's the Ascian's goal to make the world whole again. and to resummon or like free their god Zodiark in the process. But every time there is a rejoining, from our understanding, the world of the reflection is completely destroyed, and an umbral calamity, a great disaster, happens on the source, which is the world that we're on. Seven times have they succeeded. Then of 10 and 3, the 13 reflections, only 6 worlds remain. Yeah, we're a little over half. Because there's been seven umbral calamities, so 7 worlds have been rejoined, and only 6 remain that are still separate. Aye, all is as my lady Minfilia spake unto thee. Yeah, this truth was revealed to us of the reflections by Hydaelyn and Minfilia, who had sort of become one with Hydaelyn. As for what becometh of these reflections when they and the source are rejoined. Oh, I thought when they said they come to ruin, I thought that meant they were completely destroyed. Oh, we have like, okay. Frail flesh undone in umbral fires, each soul surrendereth to her call. To flow onto the endless sea, there to endure as one and none. Then if the warriors of darkness succeed, everyone in their world will die. Okay, so all of the souls will be cast onto the ethereal sea, the life stream? No, just the ethereal sea? They'll all die, that's more or less it. In essence, the verse speaketh of the renunciation of the flesh, and subsequent return to the life stream. However, this fate may yet be preferable to the alternative, for if the first were to fall to transcendent light in the manner the warriors of darkness described, it would give way unto a void wherein none may know either life or death. Okay, so basically what it's saying here, if the world is completely consumed by light in this fashion and isn't rejoined, then it'll become sort of like the light version of the void, which is the 13th, which hasn't been rejoined. It got consumed by darkness instead. So I'm saying if it's not rejoined, it'll become like to the void, and so it would be a better fate to be rejoined. Okay. Far better to die, they reason, for in death there is life. The essence of a soul which returneth unto the source may be born anew. Saved, such at least, is their belief, I surmise. If that is true, then, gods, no one should ever have to make such a choice. Yeah, it seems like they're just, shit's hit the fan, so they're just trying to salvage what they can. Ere we speak further on the subject, I would share with thee another recent discovery. 'Twould seem that several sizable shipments of crystals have been delivered into the hands of certain Ala Mhigan parties. Say what? Like, I know in the A Realm Reborn main story, some of the Ala Mhigan youths were almost tricked into summoning Ralgar, one of the 12. Is that what they're going to try to do again? Is that what's trying to happen? Ala Mhigans. Strange. And you believe this to be the work of the same Ishgardian smugglers who supplied the beast tribes. Oh yeah, we also learned that the boxes that the crates with the crystals were on, they had like a Ishgardian seal removed. So we're pretty sure that the Ascians have like an in-man who's smuggling crystals like out of Ishgard. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. And lest thou wonder at their motives, I would remind you that the Asians did once attempt to bring about the summoning of Ralgar. The individuals who took receipt of these shipments are refugees belonging to a group devoted to the cause of Ala Mhigan liberation. Oh, is this where we're finally gonna meet with fucking Ilbert again? This piece of shit who's still roaming around? Ilbert being, like, the Crystal Braves' main asshole? It may also interest you to know that their Guardian suppliers appear to be none other than the remnants of Aileen Royu's network of spies. Okay, Aileen Ryu being the Ivy, the spy that was within the Immortal Flames. So it's the remnants of her network of spies. I see. Freaking old shit coming back in. Surely you jest. And yet, it's not so surprising. Bereft of leadership and hunted by the Alliance, I can well imagine such villains being desperate enough to conspire with the Asians. Assuming they even know or care who their new employers are. Fucking Asians, dude. All of which is irrelevant. Forgive me. We must seek out the resistance group which received the crystals without delay. Kelwyn, Alisaie, will you come with me to Lil Amigo? Fuck yeah! Meanwhile, Alisaie is still sus of Urianger. Yes, of course. I should like to hear what they have to say for themselves, firsthand. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. You as well, Urianger. You as well. Oh, cutscene's still going. Uh-oh, link pearl transmission. Alphino, Alisaie, Kelwyn. Are you three listening? Good. I have tidings. The Temple Knights raided the smuggler's warehouse less than an hour ago. A cursory interrogation of the prisoners yielded confirmation that they were in the employ of, and I hope you are sitting down, a man in black robes. No shit, dude, no shit. Then you have them, and the crystals too. I'm not sure. I need to differentiate Thancred's voice more, but it's been a while since I've heard him. It's hard to differentiate all these voices. I'm just one person. What few remained, regrettably, it would seem that they dispatched one final shipment in the hours before we struck. It was bound for little Ala Mhigan, we are told, where it will be received by members of the local resistant group. Okay, so Thancred's backing up the story, basically. Since Sir Emmerich's men no longer have need of my services, I have mine to head that way. As do we, by coincidence. We learned of the shipments but a few moments ago. Ha! And there I was, thinking I might finally be one step ahead of the Warrior of Light and her little helpers. Dude, man, that's rude to Alphino and Alisaie. We're equals in this arrangement. Ah, wait a moment. There's more, and I defy you not to be surprised by this revelation. The leader of the Ishgardian smugglers was formerly in the employ of one Aileen Ryu, the infamous Ivy herself. Yeah, we also know this. Once again, Thancred, I fear I must inform you that... Thancred, with whom else have you shared this information? About the smugglers? No one. As I think I mentioned, the raid was less than an hour ago. I was planning to contact Y'shtola next, but is there someone else you would have me notify first? No, there isn't. I see. We're wondering why Urianger knows what he knows. Maybe eventually we're gonna put the pieces together. though it is for us, for not our player character doesn't know jack shit, but for us, it's so plainly obvious. It's definitely Urianger. Urianger is the masked man. He's been working with the Ascians and the Warriors of Darkness, or at least maybe pretending to do so. Maybe the double agenting it. Who knows? At this point in time, what in the world has gotten into her? It is twice now that we have sought Urianger's aid, and twice she has treated him as if he were a stranger. The Archon was one of Grandfather's most dedicated pupils, and spent as much time at the Levier estate as we did. He's practically a member of the family. Oh, really? So you guys know him well. Is that why Urianger calls you know, Alisaie my lady, etc.? Truth be told, I struggle to recall a day from my childhood when I did not see the three of them laughing together. If this continues, I may have to raise the matter. Later, though. Little Ala Mhigan awaits. See if Urianger has anything to say. Urianger, why are you being so sus? Oh, beneath Starfell sky, this is the one. Pray, proceed with all who cautioned. What end these refugees covered crystals remaineth to be seen. Okay. I mean, I feel like probably like 98% of the time, 99% of the time, if somebody covets crystals, it's probably for primal summoning. I haven't seen it for anything else. Or at least from people that are like gathering a large amount of crystals. A large amount particularly. Though I mean, like, I guess we collected like a lot of uncorrupted crystals to like do some stuff as well. Runic! You race changed! Anyway, this is the Mighty Tam, aka, sorry, this is Runic, aka the Mighty Tam, aka Lystra in the chat. You race changed! You're a rabbit person. You feel like they should acknowledge the absurd amount of crystals that crafters need? Literally thousands? Yeah. Yeah, and like we've used crystals as well and stuff like that, but that's probably why there's so many caravans freaking toting around crystals. You know, because people are using them for like a whole bunch of different things, and that's why there's always so much crystals to steal that are in caravans. All right, let's see. We're going a little Ala Mhigan. Hold on a second. We're going to map. Here we go. Let's teleport. Yep, got bored of no hats and have lots of hairstyles. Well, you can't wear hats as there just look bad on Viera to wear hats. Aura is a good choice though. I like Aura. I made Kelvin, I made my character in A Realm Reborn. Aura weren't available at the time, so I went with Makote. But I feel like if I made a character like just starting out, I might have gone with Aura. They're really cool. Yeah, good choice. Nice character. I like the pink hair. Very cool. That fades into like the white. That's cool shit. I like that. All right, here's the squad. Alphano. Still no sign of Thancred. I will get to the bottom of this. Oh, forgive me. It's been a long day. Alisaie, please share with the class. Did you have something to say? Urianger. Oh, I've always struggled to understand what's going on in his head. Now more than ever. Listen, Kelwyn. If anything should happen, it should be me who... Just know that I am prepared to do what must be done. Yeah, we're all prepared to do what must be done. Alisaie, anything particular that must be done? Why? Alisaie, stop being so shifty. Just tell us. Right then, to more pressing matters. Since we have no idea when Thancred might arrive, I suggest we see what information we can gather in his absence. Let us pray that someone will be willing to speak with us about the resistance. It's alright, I know people here. Alphino is eager to get to work. This quest title is When We Were Free. So, to review, we are reliably informed that members of the Ala Mhigan resistance operating here have taken a receipt of several large shipments of crystals, our task being to ascertain who and why. Given the size of the settlement, I find it hard to believe that anyone here could be wholly unaware of the resistance movements. The challenge, of course, will be finding individuals who are both able and willing to share such information with outsiders. It would seem sensible to divide our forces. Kelwyn, why don't you question the residents in the eastern half of town? Alice and I will do the same in the west, and afterwards we can rendezvous here to share our findings. Okie doke, I do know some people here, and I also know from the initial Realm Reborn questing that people aren't going to be super willing to share information with strangers. But I am not entirely stranger. Alright, Sifrid. Very dark lighting here, hello. Let me guess. Come to join the fight, have ya? No need to deny it, friend. You're not the first to answer the Griffin's call. Just assume any stranger that walks up to you is just like, oh yeah, here to join the resistance? I mean, sure, I guess not. A good recruiting method, I'm sure, I guess. Yeah. Well, he's lit a fire in every Ala Mhigan's hearts. He's also inspired more than a few old Dons to pledge themselves to the cause. And little wonder, the Garleans won't stop until all are under the yoke. Yeah, I can understand people want to stick it to the Garleans. So there's like this Griffin character, quote unquote. The Griffin's the leader we've been waiting for. Mark my words. With his help, we'll finally take back our homeland. Alright, then over here, Tailbot. Hello. I see you there, going around asking questions. Looking for the Griffin and his lot, I bet. Oh. Seems they're the talk of little Ala Mhigan these days. Folk wondering what he's about, what he's got in store for their Garleans, and what's under that mask of his, of course. Some say he's hardly got a face, what with all the scars. Others reckon he's been marked for death by the Empire, and that they'd send a bloody legion if they knew he was here. Your guess is as good as mine. Mysterious figure. Ever wear a mask like that? They're bloody hot. He must have a pretty damn good reason for wearing it all the time. I'd sooner stay indoors. Yeah, just interesting how uncomfortable it is to wear a mask. Like a full face mask. Like you dress up for like Halloween and stuff like that. Yeah, that shit gets hot fast. We gotta talk to one more person. They in the upper area? Oh, yep. Hello. Otlin. Aye, the resistance, damned if I know. It's not as if they'd be any... not as if I'd be any use to him. Heh, wheeze. If you set store by all these tales of secret weapons, good luck to you. But I'm too old for the masks' bedtime stories. The masks. This is our lot, and it's time we got used to it. This is someone who's lost hope. Maybe if things are different. But they're not. I want to believe I do, but... yeah, he's lost hope. Alright. Alisaie, I also know how you guys do. They were surprisingly more open than they were last time I came to this place. Well, that was easier than expected. There's not a soul here who isn't eager to talk about our masked friends. Yeah, that was easier than expected is an understatement, yeah. I suppose I should ask what you learned, but I think I already know. Yeah, the Griffin, these masked people, yeah. The Griffin seems to be the leader of a newly formed faction within the Resistance, the Masks. Despite their growing popularity, no one seems to know much about them, only that they are the most aggressively militant group to join the movement in recent memory. Indeed, many claim their commitment to the cause of the Ala Mhigan liberation is unrivaled. We can but hope their revolutionary fervor is never channeled in the direction of a primal. Though I feel confident that this is the group which received the crystal shipments, we lack proof. Before taking any action, I would speak with the settlement's leader to confirm my suspicions, and mayhap enlist his help while I'm about it. Given that you and Gundebald are already acquainted, that we are, mayhap it would be best if you took the lead, shall we? Alright, Alisaie, Alphano, Gundebald, he's the leader here. Yeah, we spoke to him. He was involved in the Realm Reborn questing. To hear people speak of him, the Griffin sounds like a man in his middle years. But if that's the case, just what has he been playing at for the past 2 decades? If he's so devoted to the cause, why has he waited until now to do something about it? Unless, of course, he hasn't what? Please share with the class. Also, this dude just sitting on top of Alphano. It's alright. Not would please me more than to be wrong about all this. Okay, yo, what up, Gundebald? How to voice this man.
Much as it pleases me to see you again, Kelwyn, I cannot help but wonder if I should be worried. I hear you and yours have been asking questions.
Yeah, we heard that crystals might be delivered here, so we're a little bit worried that something like what happened with the Nirog or something last time where the young'uns were tricked could happen again. We just want to know more.
The Griffin. I know him, as do we all. He and his Max have become a leading faction within the Resistance. Though there was suspicion at first, given his secretive ways, he quickly proved himself a charismatic and capable commander. Men are drawn to his passion and his vision. They truly believe that he has what it takes to lead them to victory.
Yeah, I would hate for this guy to be turning out to really be trying to summon Ralgar and for us to quash the hope of the people.
But even I cannot help but admire the man for what he's accomplished.
Even I cannot help but admire the man for what he's accomplished.
But I have not forgotten Willward.
Yeah, Willward was the young'un that got tricked into leading the young'uns here in Lulalmio to try to summon Ralgar by the Asians, and then later he joined with the Crystal Braves, was fucking slain by the Bad Egg Crystal Braves because he got too close to... He asked too many questions. He was silenced, Willward was.
I was blind to the danger of his ambitions, and you were not. The Griffin will soon deliver a speech to our people at the sunken temple of Karn. Go and see him with your own eyes. Weigh his words with your own heart.
Thank you. We will do that. How convenient. 'Tis but a pity Thancred is not here to join us. You two go on ahead. I shall stay behind and wait for him. Alright, if you're sure, it's not like you'd not want to be in... see the shit yourself, but I guess it's just talking. Whatever could be keeping him, if he's taken the scenic route, leaving us to do all the hard work, I shall treat him with the peace of my mind. Mysterious. Why isn't Thancred here?
Men who can inspire such fervor in their followers are destined to shape the world. But in what manner, however, is not always clear, until it is too late. The young ones were led astray once. Help us ensure that it never happens again. For their sake. And for Woodward's.
Okay, okay. Will do, will do. Let's go see this man with our own 2 eyes. Alright, here we are. Who be this? Bibimu.
Welcome to the Sunken Temple of Karn, of what remains of it at least. Used to be used by ancient Beladians as a place to worship the sun goddess Azema. Much about the temple's history remains shrouded in mystery.
Okay, yeah, so this is just like the dungeon, a dungeon dude being like, hey, this is a dungeon.
Has it begun already? I hear voices coming from within.
Oh, here we go, cutscene. Take this moment to have a sip of water. It's been a lot of reading.
Brothers and sisters, 20 years ago, Ala Mhigan, our home, was claimed by the Garlean Empire.
Don't be Ilbert, don't be Ilbert, don't be Ilbert, don't be Ilbert.
In our haste to overthrow the King of Ruin, we turned a blind eye to our foes in the north. With our glorious revolution, we but laid a path for a new tyrant to succeed the old. And when confronted with our failure, we fled.
Yeah, the story of Ala Mhigan is that there was a tyrant in Ala Mhigan, and a revolution went to go cast him out. And I believe they succeeded. But then in the chaos, the aftermath chaos of the revolution, the Garleans came in, and, you know, while the city was still in havoc, they couldn't form a defense, and therefore Ala Mhigan fell. Bit of a shit situation, bit of a shit situation.
Not a day goes by that I do not think of those we left behind. Think of them and feel ashamed. And I know each and every one of you feels the same. We abandoned them, our own flesh and blood, to labor till their backs gave in and their breath gave out. Building the twisted steel ramparts which now mar our once majestic mountains. We abandoned them, the brave and true, to fight and die for their country. Or worse, to be conscripted and sent off to rob another poor bastard of his home. We abandoned them, the meek and powerless, to bow and scrape when the Garleans pass, to sully themselves that they might live to see another day of misery.
On the one hand,
the Black Wolf may be dead, but a new Imperial Viceroy reigns in Ala Mhigan now. A beast, not a fraction as merciful.
okay, so on the one hand, yeah, maybe if they did stand together, they could have done it. On the other hand, maybe they wouldn't have been able to defend the city, and they would have just been dying in vain. You know, sometimes there's no shame in living to fight another day. I mean, if you all die, who's going to carry the banner then? Sometimes you just gotta bide your time.
You all know the Eorzean Alliance will do naught to oppose him. For all their promises and platitudes, they will not act if there's no profit in it. Only we can free our brothers and sisters from the Empire's tyranny, my friends. Only we have the courage to stand and fight.
Yeah, fair enough criticism. The Orsian Alliance. You better have a damn good plan, though, if you're planning on taking the Empire on with just a resistance group.
They have imprisoned us. They have enslaved us. And they have murdered us. But no more! Blood demands blood, and the Garleans shall pay for every drop they have spilt upon our lands. This I promise you, for we have a power within us, my friends.
Shit.
A power befitting our pride, our righteousness. Only join us, and we shall grant you the means to unleash it, and together we shall see the Ala Mhigan standard raised over the mountains of Gia Arbania once more!
We certainly do each have a power within us, a power for greatness, but I hope he's not speaking of summoning.
A power befitting their pride. Not at all ominous, that.
Could be ominous, Elfino, but maybe it's not. Could be that's
Wait,
not.
Is that...
Yida and Papalymo!
What are you two doing here?
Fuck yeah! Gridanian pals reunited at last! The last of the Scions retrieved! Not counting Minfilia. Bless her heart.
I could ask you the same thing.
Well, well, this is quite the surprise.
Papalymo. It's been a long time.
If you see what I see, if you feel as I feel...
Might I suggest we continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings?
It's also the first time hearing their not Realm Reborn voice actors. Certainly different, certainly different. I didn't take note of Yida's one though. But yeah, the Papalymo one is different. Alright, dude. Pals reunited. Let's go. Yida, Papalymo. I'm gonna have to hear their voices again before I make an attempt, so... But we'll just go with what I remember their voices as.
Of all the places to meet, it has to be fate. Mayhap it is my imagination, but you seem rather more rugged and world-weary than last we spoke.
Dude, rugged and world-weary. Screenshot that one. What can I say? More rugged and world-weary. Damn, Kellen, you look like shit. I mean, but in like a very stoic, like badass sort of way. Words cannot express how glad I am to see you both alive and well.
And you, though it was pretty obvious you and Kelvin would be fine. Was it though? Crystal Braves never had a realistic chance of capturing any of the Scions, divided as they were and distrusted by the better part of Eorzea.
But if you truly believe that,
Forgive me, what exactly have you two been doing all this time?
Repaying a favor.
You couldn't get in contact? You couldn't drop a link pearl? I know they got rid of their link pearls. You couldn't, like, send a message via Chocobo or something? The delivery Moogle or some shit? You couldn't just be like, send like a, like, P.S. we're okay. Like, hello?
After the banquet, we had no choice but to flee Ul'dah, and we would have not been able to do so without the aid of some old friends from the Resistance. That's right. They smuggled us out of the city and sheltered us in little Ala Mhigan, all at great risk themselves. Obviously, we couldn't let that go unacknowledged, so we offered to help them out with their operations for a while. When we learned that the Scion's exoneration, that Lalarito had severed all ties with the Crystal Braves and General Raubon had been reinstated, we resolved to make contact. But having long since discarded our link pearls as a precautionary measure, our options were rather limited.
Mail exists. Could have told anybody, really, and they could have gotten word to us in some fashion. You could have gone to Urianger at the Waking Sands. Could have gone to any of the world leaders. Tossing that out there.
To make matters more complicated, we were embroiled in a delicate operation at the time, leaving me with little choice but to entrust a letter to a courier. I gathered by... Oh, they didn't trust a letter. They didn't trust a letter. Oh, shoot. I gather from your puzzled expressions, however, that you never received it.
Oh, man, they did try to send a letter. I forgive me for ever criticizing you, Papolimo. We received no such letter. Who'd you entrust it to?
To be honest, we thought this might happen. While the masks are happy to let the refugees spread the word within the community, they're pretty strict about communicating with outsiders.
Dude, we just waltzed into Little Amigo and they were just like, hey, have you heard of the masks? You want to be recruited? The Griffin, the masks? You heard of this? So, I guess if we arrive there, they're totally open and far. They don't want word to spread outside of the bubble. But, I mean, we could have been just passing through. Could take news outside really easily.
Oh, and we also heard a rumor that the Griffin doesn't want us meddling in his affairs.
The Griffins mistrust the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I don't know why. I mean, yeah, I don't know why. We do nothing but good for the realm. I mean, like, we're not, like, specifically on the Ala Mhigan Liberation Front yet. Stormblood incoming. But, you know, like... Okay.
Curious, it is well known that we are no friends to Garlemald. One would think the man we saw beseeching all and sundry to join his cause would welcome our support. Ah, I should say that the man you saw was not in fact the Griffin.
Oh? Oh?
But an impersonator, and a talented rabble-rouser to boot. 'Twould not surprise me if he were responsible for the majority of these public appearances.
Okay, so that's just this, like, public stand-in? Dude, man, the Griffin, mysterious character.
As you may have gathered, the Griffin is extremely cautious and distrusting man who has made every effort to conceal his identity. Even when we participated in our raid under his direct command, we were not permitted to approach him. It's hard to know what to make of it all. The secrecy, the impersonators, the masks.
Who wears masks, honestly? I don't know.
Couldn't be me.
Yeah, we're all looking at you know.
What? It's not as if I'm making all of you wear one.
Yeah, this is my choice. I'm not forcing it on you guys. I'm just saying it's weird to force other people on wearing masks, that's all.
And mine only covers half my face. It's completely different. Anyway, when we heard the Griffin was due to give a speech, we thought it might be a good opportunity to get better sense of the man behind the
to get a better sense of the man.
For all the good it did.
And now you have heard the whole of it. But tell me, what prompted you to take an interest in the griffin? Boys, darkness, crystals, evil. Yeah, right, Ida, right.
Summoning? You're not serious. I can't believe it. The Resistance would never even entertain such a ridiculous plan. But the Griffin... Well, the man is an enigma. I cannot say with any confidence that he would or would not... what he would or would not do. What I can say, however, is that the speech we heard today was not the first to make a reference to a power capable of defeating the Empire. The masks have made many such claims of late. I confess I had assumed to be mere bluster. But in the context of the shipments of which you spoke, it is not impossible that they are alluding to a primal. Whatever it is, we'll find out together. And if anyone tries to stop us, they'll answer to me.
Indeed. That is, assuming you'll have us. Fuck yeah, dudes, welcome back into the fold. Gridania pals forever. Hey, they're back. Ida.
Do you honestly think he's planning to liberate Ala Mhigan with the help of a primal? I mean, could he really be that stupid?
I've seen stupid people do stupider shit. Did I tell you about this elf pope guy? Oh, fucking hell, he was nutsy. In retrospect, their tale is not so surprising. We had reason to believe that they had escaped with the aid of Ala Mhigan refugees after all. Still, Totaro will be delighted to hear we have been reunited. Once we have attended to matters here, of course.